Welcome back. The time now is 7:18, and it has been a year now since an E. coli outbreak in St. Louis, leading to lawsuits and really long recoveries. The director of the St. Louis County Health Department, Dr. Kanika Cunningham, is joining us now to talk to us about some food safety tips as we head into the holiday season. Thanks for being here.
Yes, no, thank you.
Well, let's talk about that E. coli outbreak. Last year, more than 100 people actually got sick, and these were from catered events,
Correct.
but it led to hospitalizations. It was really serious. What were the biggest lessons that the health department learned from that?
Yeah, I don't think it was anything from our staff, but I think just making sure the businesses that we work with, the caterers, restaurants, reiterate the importance of proper food handling. So I think that was the biggest thing, just making sure that we educate all staff involved and making sure businesses have a plan in place to educate new staff that they onboard or hire to make sure we can minimize any foodborne illnesses from food.
Mm-hmm. And there was a back and forth, I should mention, with the caterer too, who was like, hey, it was not us, it was our food. You know, there were vendor issues, all kinds of things.
It was complex.
It was complex, but it really is a reminder, you know, we go to places, we go out for holiday parties, we're having our own holiday parties, we're going to people's houses. So it's just a good time and a good refresher for safety.
I agree, and especially right now, coming up with Thanksgiving, we got the holiday season. This is the perfect reminder on how do you safely prepare and handle food so your guests won't become ill.
Yeah, and I guess when we get to that, before we get to that, what can really people do though if you're just a person going out to a restaurant or going out to somebody's house? I mean, what can you really do?
So anytime you eat out, there's a risk, but thankfully, you know, that's why the health department is so important that we go out, we inspect every restaurant, so every establishment that you eat at have to follow the food code for St. Louis County. We do have people that call in with complaints. Every complaint that come in, we investigate. So I think, you know, there's always that risk there, but I think it also speaks to the importance of public health because we do such a great job at making sure if you dine out, you're eating at an establishment that has been inspected by the health department. There are no unsafe food handling practices taking place. So also look for the grade that the restaurant have.
Yes.
Any restaurant in St. Louis County is actually, you can look up their grade on our website. So you can type in, I think it's St. Louis County restaurant grade, and you can put in like the address and you can look and see what our last inspection showed, what grade that the health department gave them. So I tell people, check out the website to make sure you're dining at a restaurant that we inspected.
And it's always on the window, right? Like grade A or B or whatever. I'm always like, I got an A.
Yes, I always look at it. Yes, I look at it.
I do too.
Okay.
Yes, I know. So let's talk about, you know, people who are just preparing food. What are some common mistakes that people make when they are getting ready to have a big holiday meal?
Yeah, I think the biggest one that and it's controversial to some people, but there's no need to wash your poultry, so your chicken or turkey.
This is a big debate. It really is, because for years people used to rinse off their chicken or their poultry, rinse off that turkey, but now they're saying it's almost too dangerous, right? Because of the splatter.
Yes, the splatter. So so there are people that want to do it. So we understand it. So if you decide to do that, just run just a nice little stream of water. Make sure you thoroughly clean and sanitize the sink, the outer parts of the countertop, and even the countertop, because you're right, the bacteria can spread from the water splattering on the meat. So clean and sanitize. And to sanitize, 1 tablespoon of bleach, mix with 1 gallon of water, and let it sit on the sink, and wash your hands thoroughly, warm soapy water 20 seconds afterwards.
Okay, good advice. Yes. So I guess we're just not going to debate on whether you should
or not. No debate,
okay.
But I get some people like, no debate, it's risky.
Well, what is the safest way also to thaw out a turkey? Like if you're short on time?
Yeah. So standard, what we recommend, 24 hours for every 4 to 5 pounds of meat. So you want to thaw it out in the refrigerator. Do not thaw any meat on the countertop. A lot of people do that.
Yeah, no.
Do not do that. You can thaw it in cold tap water. Make sure that you change the water every 30 minutes. And then worst case, if you want to use the microwave, you can. Just what we recommend. If you thaw in a microwave, make sure you cook the turkey or the chicken immediately afterwards.
Okay. And then I have a question. Do you like stuffing or dressing?
I like dressing.
Me too. I'm a dressing girl.
I am. Yes. I
so
love
the
dressing.
difference, you know, stuffing in the turkey or dressing outside. So do you have any advice? Is it safe, risky? I don't know.
It's risky, but what I recommend, of course, we want you to prepare the stuffing on the outside and serve it as a condiment to the turkey. But some people like to stuff the turkey. So what we recommend is make sure you check that the internal temperature get to at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Once you take the turkey out, actually let it sit on the countertop for 20 minutes because that allowed the stuffing to cook for an additional 20 minutes. But the biggest thing, make sure that internal temperature 165, let it sit for 20 minutes after you pull it out so the stuffing can continue to cook for 20 minutes.
Okay. You have such a tremendous job. We bring you on every so often for like a million different topics.
I know, but you know what? I really appreciate the support for public health. I think some people don't understand the work that we do and how we ensure communities stay safe and healthy. And so I appreciate every time coming on to talk about food all the way up to radiation exposure.
I know, really. It's quite the spectrum.
Yes, yes.
Are you going to stick around this morning too?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
By
you.
the way, if you have any questions for Dr. Cunningham, let us know. We'll try to get him on in the next hour or so.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.